All right, what's going on, guys? You got Kwasi here for Kwasi Media Network and Kwasi Animation Studio. I know it's been a second, but I want to go ahead and pretty much show you guys exactly what it is. I'm turning this down some. I don't know if it's going to be louder than me or not, so I'll just turn it down a little bit because I don't know what the playback sounds like. But nonetheless, I want you guys to get some answers, okay? And this is about human generator, clearly as you see by the thumbnail. So one thing I want to show is one of the things you could do to get your character model from here to Unreal. Now we're not going into Unreal. I'm just going to show you what you would do. So the other steps are Unreal steps. So you have to know Unreal. I don't use it that often. I know the steps, but again, I'm going to make this very clear. I'm not using Unreal. So since I'm not using it, you need to know how to use those tools over there to do this process. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to bring a mail in. I'm going to do this real quick. Okay. And then what I want to do is I'm going to keep this real simple because, again, this is about finding something that could work, right? All right. So, all right. Now we have him or whatnot. We're going to go finish creation. Again, this is version 3.0.5. All right, so there's a version 4 beta. I'll even go as far as to show you. I'm not going to be using the version 4. Okay, so now here we are with this model. Everything's set. Okay, so I'm going to give him some clothing. Let's just do this golf day outfit. Okay, now we'll even include some footwear. I'll just give him like these first shoes. It doesn't matter. All right. Now, with that being said, this model is set. That's pretty much it, right? So there's no need for me to go into like a million miles of things. Now, this is answering the first question. Okay. So what I want to show you is this. So what I'll do is just select the model, and I'm gonna literally isolate it by hitting the question mark or /. Okay. All right. And then I'm gonna go into edit mode. All right. I'm gonna hit 1. I'm gonna go into wireframe. I'm sorry, no, not wireframe. I'm gonna go back into solid mode, and I'm gonna click probably somewhere towards the middle, and then I'm going to Control plus until I get right where I want it to be, which is right there. Okay, and I'm gonna go back to 1 again, back into wireframe, and I'm gonna select all of this. Now this is for the sake of separating this mesh. Now I'm gonna hit Control D, Escape, P, separate by selection, and then I'm gonna tab back into, of course, solid mode. Now, understand I just separated that mesh, so there's 2 heads here, right? Okay, so I'm not going to move that head, but when we come over here and we do our drop down, you'll see body and then body 0.002. Okay, so the reason why you're seeing 0.002 is because there's a 0.001, which is the backup. This is up here, all right, which it says is like human generated backup, don't delete. But what I want to do is just click the base, the bottom one, and what I'm going to do is come over to the particle system, and I'm going to delete all of those parts. Now this is for me to move this to Unreal. This is not for in here. Okay, so the other one has your actual textures. We want to keep the particles, but we're going to remove the textures. Now let me make this clear. Let me make this very clear. I'm not removing the textures. I'm going to create a new texture. I'm going to open up the head. I'm going to select it and assign it. And now when I do this, understand I'm doing this for the skin. I'm sorry. Let me undo that. All right. I want to select the humans part, and then because what you're going to do is go to human. You're going to select it so you can select just those, because we don't want the hair to change. Because if I select it, select all, it'll select the hair too. Now I want to come down here and then I want to assign that. So now when I come back, I have something for the face. So I'm going to just call this hair emitter. This is what I'm doing. You do what you want. Again, I'll make this clear. When you're looking for a video for this right here, mimicking what someone else does may hurt your overall workflow. So take what I'm showing you, but adapt it to your own style. Now, so we're going to go clip on this. So now it's going to be clear. So when I go into 2, you see what it looks like, right? Okay, so that's what was for the skin. So I changed the skin to that, but understand the one underneath Doesn't look like that. So that means the one on top is not allowing anything through. So just turn the shadows off, which it should be working, right? Hold on, that's weird. Let me go back in there again. That is so weird that that's showing like that, and it shouldn't be. I have not had this issue yet, but yet it's doing this, and I don't know why. All right, let me see here. That is so weird. And then it goes black again. Why? Why is it doing that? Okay. Oh, I know why. Let's go back to clip. And we're gonna push it. Hold on. It's still not gonna work. That is so weird. Well, let's go to blend. All right. So use alpha blend, I guess. All right. So now you have this secondary mesh. Now, what I want to do is rename that secondary mesh to head hair. The reason why I'm doing this is so now we know clearly what this is for. So that means that the head is right there, right? All right, so now the thing is say you want to export this. So when I bring everything back, right? Just let all these other things kick in. So when I bring all this back, understand that this is still also has all of the properties of the other part. So it's still going to move just fine with it, okay? All right. So now I want this part to export along with the other part. So let's say you export the main portion, this part here, and the clothing, and you say, you know what, I'm gonna export all of that as an FBX. Okay, go ahead and do that. All right, you do those exact same settings, but I just want the hair right in the head. So what I'll do is come up here, go down to export, and we're doing an Alembic file. So you go to Alembic. We're going to scale this up to 100 because for some reason you have to do that for Unreal. We're going to take this to 0 because there are no starter frames. I'm going to go to selected objects, okay? And then, because I don't want to go visible objects because the other stuff is also visible, okay? And then what I want to do is, where is it? I want to make sure. Yeah, okay. So and make sure that you don't really have to do particle hair if you don't want to, but I just leave it there. And then you would export it. Make sure this is set up to export. Okay, so what I'm going to do is export this real quick, and I'm going to show you what I mean by it coming back in properly. Okay, so I'll export it and then bring it back into here. Okay, so if I come down here and I go, let's say, I'll just do this. So let's go, right, and I just hit Alembic. Export, boom, done. All right, cool. So now I'm gonna turn it off, and I'm going to import it. So when I import it, I'm just going to import it in a random collection. All right, so this will be video 1 showing you exactly how to go about doing these things. So now when I import it, okay, that's export again. I'm tripping. Let's go back to import. All right, so now I want to go back to the one I just went to. I'm going to click it, and then boom, right? Now, you see it came back in freaking-gantic. But nonetheless, we can sort of pan it out. And you might say, man, it came in crazy or whatever. I'm like, yeah, but note, I want you to note, because I just want this, right? But the hair is attached to this, okay? As you can clearly see, right? So let's say we come in and we just want to, now note that in Unreal, it's not going to do this. In Unreal, it's not going to look like this, because when I click this here, this head part, you see that the texture didn't go with it. But when it goes into Unreal, this is just going to be a mesh. And you can use the settings in there to change what that looks like. So I'm going to come back over here, and I just want this. And I'm going to assign it. And then again, I'm going to give it another transparent texture. So I'm just going to go transparent. Come out of that. And clip. And we're done. All right? So there you go. Right? Oh, whatever. I clicked the wrong thing. And so, yeah, and there you go. So these things are right there already ready to rock. I got a feeling that I might need to change this back to blend because for some, yeah, there we go. But nonetheless, there it is. So this is one, and the only reason why I imported it in here because I'm not going to go over to Unreal. But as soon as you get everything set up over there, that's how it works. So this is for exporting And now you have, like I said, there you have a hair mesh, because this is now a mesh. But if I want to lock this to that character, I would just, in Unreal, you're not gonna have to do any of the things that you would have to do in Blender for this. Okay, so I'm just showing you, this is one of the, answering one of those questions on how to move those things around. This way we ain't got to keep going in circles about it. So this is just one thing to answer, and then in the next video is coming up, once I get that thing done, I will go ahead and show you how to do specific clothing, like something that is just in T-pose and you need to get it correct and put on your character, something maybe from Simply Cloth Pro or something of the sort like that. And I'll show you how to go through that process, and we'll do it from there. So I hope this helps somebody, man. I hope that you can understand it. Watch the video over and over again. Ask questions in the comment section, and don't forget, subscribe, like, number love.